Unfortunately, a lot of insurance agencies are starting their new agents off at what I believe to be unethically low commission levels. And this is my opinion, guys. Meanwhile, the agents are either paying full price for leads and or required to sell to their friends and or family before they even have any clue as to what's going on. Think about it. How are you doing right with your friends and family by selling them a life insurance product while, let me just say, you're so green that you really don't even understand all the benefits and the riders? I'm Doug Massey, and today we're going to get into a few very important things, including what normal commission levels look like for final expense sales, what commission levels should look like if you're working with a company that is providing leads. Should you really be selling insurance to your loved ones before you're actually a professional insurance agent? And what's the deal with recruiting? When and who should you consider recruiting into your downline if that's the direction you want to go? And if you stick around until the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of the appointment setting super file. This thing is awesome. It's got scripts on setting appointments with a bunch of different types of leads. And yes, a thumbs up would be great. Please, we do recommend subscribing if you're new. We're putting out new insurance sales content and final expense sales training videos like every week. Let's talk about commission levels and what I believe to be is fair and what, again, this is my opinion, commission levels that are just not cool. If you're new to life insurance sales and you're working with a company that either will be selling you leads or expecting you to go out and buy leads, there is absolutely no reason for your first year commission levels for the main products to be less than 100%. They should actually be a little bit higher in most cases. Unless you're going into an office each day for training, they're doing a lot of hand holding and they're giving you ride-along, showing you exactly how to sell insurance with the clients while they're potentially losing sales doing the process, trying to teach you while they're making their presentations. And I say this because I've had it happen. I've had a couple agents ride with me that I felt I would have sold the client had I not had that agent with me for one reason or another that I'm not going to get into. Look, here's how I see it. It's only fair to give up a little bit of commission if someone's holding your hand through the learning process. That makes sense, right? Other than that, if you're not getting that advanced hand holding and your upline is telling you that it's normal to start agents at anything less than 100% for the main product that you're gonna be selling, level, first day coverage, it's only normal because for them, it's totally cool to screw their agents, or they are just brainwashed into thinking that it's okay, and that's just how we do things. And now it's okay for them to try to brainwash you into the same nonsense. As far as working with a company that is providing the leads at no cost to you, I think a fair level, around 50% first year commission, and that's assuming that the leads are exclusive. Pooled leads, where multiple agents, a bunch of different agents are calling the same group of leads, is very common in our industry. And unfortunately, we see that 50% commission level to be kind of normal for this scenario too, but look, here's the way I see it, guys. I just don't see how that's really, really fair unless that's the starting point. And now with those free leads, those group leads, you can actually get up to 70% with production. That makes sense, right? Again, guys, keep in mind, the insurance agency is the one investing their money into the agent when the agent is not willing or able, and that's usually the way it's either one or the other, guys. The agent's just not willing to invest their money into it, or they're just financially not able to do that for themselves. And also, the agencies are training the agents too. So yes, starting at a lower level and increasing that commission level, like I want to say around 15 or 20 points over time absolutely does make sense. Now, if you're a new agent and or new at sales, you might actually be better off starting off with one of these low commission and free lead companies. I would definitely consider it. I recommend it to a lot of agents. Think about it, guys. They're gonna train you up on their dime. So if you do the work, you'll be selling. Again, on their dime, not on yours. And once you actually know what you're doing, you've got the process down, you're actually pretty decent. If you want to sell independently and get all the commissions for yourself, you can always leave. You can always go somewhere else. Let's talk a little bit about recruiting and whether or not that should even happen and or when. Again, guys, it's my opinion that if your upline is telling you or suggesting that it's okay for you to recruit your friends and family into your downline, and you're not a master at the art of life insurance sales, you are probably working under a multi-level marketing umbrella. And in my opinion, at that point, and it's not because it's a multi-level marketing umbrella, but the simple fact is you don't know what you're doing, they're telling you the wrong thing. This is when I suggest just looking for a new insurance agency or place to work with. Again, my opinion, most of these multi-level marketing insurance agencies are basically legal pyramid schemes. The MLM model for recruiting insurance agents is very common. You've seen me talk about it in other videos, but beware. What they won't tell you is like 95% of all the insurance agents that come through there will absolutely fail at recruiting. It only makes sense to do that if you've got a system in place to train them and keep them actively working. And basically, they're gonna need a reason to follow you. If you're recruiting agents, they're just not gonna come running to you, especially if you don't know what you're doing. If you recruit an agent and they write bad business and end up in debt to the insurance company, you, the upline, are ultimately responsible to pay off that debt. If the agent goes out of business or quits, again, you're gonna be the one writing a check to the insurance company. So now, instead of you making that little bit of money off the top, that little bit of commission, you just took on way more risk and could literally end up in debt yourself, which I have seen firsthand. And that situation did end up with the upline going out of business and actually rolling over $12,000 up to me. About 3 years into owning my insurance agency, I met with an agent. She already had a downline agent. They both moved over to our insurance agency. And about a year later, I get a phone call from her saying that that downline agent actually died in an accident. So here's the crazy part. All of his clients started falling off the books because he wasn't doing the work we have to do to keep him on the books. And she ended up getting a lot of debt. I mentioned that $12,000. She couldn't handle it. She went out of business. It wrecked her career. And then it got rolled up to me, which I had no problem. At that time, it was a lot, but I did have the money to pay it off. I'm bringing this up to you because that is the risks that a lot of people don't understand are involved with this business. As far as selling insurance to your friends and family, before you've mastered the art of insurance sales and you know what products make sense for each person's situation, do yourself a favor and don't sell anyone that you know. Buy some leads, fake it until you make it, and then if your friends and family ask you about the life insurance, then you help them. Okay, great. They're asking you, they're coming to you. Sure, talk about it. FYI, guys, as of today, I can honestly say that I have never approached any of my family members or friends. Now, I did make a presentation to a friend way back when I first got into the business. I really only did that because I was told to do that. But, looking back, it was probably the wrong thing to do. I was just too new. For a copy of the appointment settings super file that I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. If you'd like information on selling insurance through our remote final expense sales platform, if you don't know, you can actually get 20 to 30 appointments per day of people expecting your call to talk about life insurance, about buying this stuff. Just email me at that same address. As always, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now get out there or get on that headset and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.